So you're ready to move to the Philippines. You've taken care of everything. You've sold the house, you sold the car, you sold all your personal possessions, or you gave them away. You thought about your visa. Maybe you've taken care of that. You know, whichever visa you want. And your banking, you've got the banking set up. But there's one thing most people forget, and it trips them up, and it costs them a lot of money. Thousands and thousands of dollars that they don't need to pay. You need to set up a legal domicile in a tax-friendly state. And what's a domicile? It's basically a legal residence. So there are companies out there that will do this for you. There are 2 in Florida I know of, 1 in Texas, and 1 in South Dakota. I'm going to use the one in Florida. So you're saying, well, Thomas, I don't need that. I live in North Carolina. I live in California. I'm already a resident here. I don't want to go through that hassle. I'll just get my mail sent to my family and they can send it to me. Yes, but living overseas, 9,000 miles away, you're not using any of those services, but you're going to have to file a state income tax. And you're going to be responsible for paying taxes on pension, capital gains, anything. So by moving your legal residence to a domicile-friendly, if lack of a better word, state, you're going to save yourself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, Thomas, how do I do that? It's pretty simple. About 30 to 60 days before you're ready to move to the Philippines or Southeast Asia, you go online. And you're going to go to this place. I'm going to this particular place. You can research the other ones. If I have a link, I'll put them in there, but I'll put a link for this one for sure. But I'm going to Clay County, Florida. And you're thinking, why Clay County, Florida? Because there is a company there, and it's a place called St. Brendan's Isle. They have been doing this for many, 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 many years, and they're expat friendly. And this company works with the local government, so it is pretty much hassle-free. So what you do is you go on, you pay this fee, you put $100 in this account, and it's refundable if you decide you don't want to do it. And you start receiving your mail there, okay? So you're going to pay a fee of $13.99 a month for them to get your mail at the location. But for another $7.99, they will scan all of your mail for you. You can go online, look at it, say, yep, check it off, I don't want it, shred it, throw it away, whatever. But what if you say, well, I go paperless? Well, you still got to have this, because you're going to need documents when you go to register at the clerk of the courts and also the DMV, where you can print off a PDF of your banking statement and credit card statement with your new address on there that shows you have established residency in Florida. So you show up at St. Brendan's Isle, they give you the document. You're going to also sign United States Postal Service document that allows them to open your mail for you and scan it for you. You're going to take the documents they give you. You're going to go to the clerk of the court. You're going to register there. I'm not sure what the fees are. I can go back and look and add them in the description. And then that allows you to vote, so you can still vote while you're overseas. And then you will go to the DMV. You'll have your printed PDF documents. I'm going to also take my Social Security card, birth certificate, and I'll have my South Carolina driver's license. So for $48, basically you're going to do a basic eye test. They're going to give you a driver's license. Bam, you're now a resident of Florida and no state income tax. How simple is that? How simple is that? If you do need to have documents shipped to you, let's say, okay, I'm over in the Philippines and I go to check my email and I say, oh, I got a notice from St. Brendan's Isle. I have some mail. Let me look at it. Yep, that's junk mail. Check. Throw it away. Junk mail. Check. Wait, what is this? Oh man, it's a debit card. I need that debit card. Or it's a credit card. I need that credit card. So for a fee, of course, They're going to charge you a flat $2 packing fee. That's all they ever charge you. But depending on what carrier you use is how much it's going to cost you. So basic United States Postal Service Express, it may cost you $15. But it's going to take 3 to 6 weeks to get there. I don't know about you, but I usually need my credit cards and my debit cards pretty quickly. So they also use FedEx, DHL, but the fees climb when you want to get that stuff overnighted. I've seen it range from $45 to up to $100 just to get one document. So you really want to make sure it's something you really need, because no U.S. bank is going to ship directly to you in the Philippines. They're going to, because of 9/11 and all the laws that are in place and safeguards, no U.S. bank is going to ship to you in the Philippines. So you're going to need this service, this domicile service, to get your documents. Now, if you decide, hey, I don't want to do that, it's too much of a hassle. Well, for instance, in South Carolina, if I want to stay a resident, I'm going to have to pay that whatever 6% tax every year to the state of South Carolina and file an income tax return. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to file a federal return and pay my 10 to 12%, and I'm going to go on down the road in the Philippines and live my best life. So keep that in mind. I think you'd be wise to look into St. Brendan's Isle. Escapees is the other one. They're out of somewhere in South Florida or near Tampa, about an hour outside of Tampa. They also operate out of Texas, and South Dakota has something weird. You can go up there and you can spend the night, go show them your receipt that you stayed at Airbnb or a hotel, and you become a resident that quickly as well. So a lot of different options out there. I hope this is very helpful, because a lot of people overlook this and it ends up costing them a lot of money in the long run. So do your homework, look at setting up a domicile. Remember, you need to do it at least 30 to 60 days so you can start receiving some mail through that service. And then you will physically have to go down there. It's probably a 6-7 hour drive for me, so I'll just go down the night before, get up in the morning, head over to St. Brendan's Isle, get my paperwork, meet the folks, head to clerk of the courts, get that taken care of, and then driver's license. Oh, and one thing I forgot to tell you. Yes, and then you have to register your car, but I'm not doing that because my window is going to be so short. I'm going to just drive on my South Carolina tags and insurance because I will be leaving within a month. But if you register your car, it's $400. First time you bring a car in, it's $400. And I don't want to pay that fee just for that service. So if I get pulled over, I'll just tell the cop, hey man, I'm moving to the Philippines. I just went down and established my residency in Florida. I'm going to be selling my car to Carvana, CarMax here in the next week or two, and canceling my insurance, and I'll be out of the country. So if you want to play that game, play with it. I have a very good relationship with my insurance agent, so they kind of know what I'm doing. They know it's not going to be long term. Even though my car should be garaged in the state of Florida, I'm not going to pay that exorbitant fee, because once I get my domicile in Florida, I'll probably come back to South Carolina because I will be flying out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So it doesn't make sense for me to spend $400 for 2 to 4 weeks to have my car registered in the state of Florida. So that saves a lot of headache of having to switch insurance and, you know, getting a tag and all that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please take a look into that before you leave. It will save you a lot of money and a lot of headaches. All right, and with that, remember, time is strong. Do not rush it, but do not waste it. And don't waste your money either. All right, I'll see you next time. For now, my time is up.
Time is strong, and so are you. You have got to stay focused. Never give up on your big dreams.